This appears to be the main office. On the walls are group photos of the staff for each of the years. They are all covered in dust. Give me a roll.
Start
Oh, okay.
wiping the dust off the photographs and stuff and looking for something that's roughly the same shape and size.
I got 4
Oh,
successes.
gee, I got nothing. I'll use a luck point.
Let me mark off.
Wow. Look at all that blank dice.
Yeah, I know. I started with all blank too.
I get 2.
I just realized something.
Hmm?
We could sell tickets on Halloween to this place. Yeah, like Dillon's like,
Both.
this could be,
Okay.
oh yeah, to the magical world of Nevada.
There's 2 people cut out of the photos over here and here.
Huh?
Well, in this one from 1961, looks like there's these nurses here. There's a hole missing, like where one was, but it was cut out.
Cut out roughly or cut out perfectly?
Well, roughly, I guess, but enough to cut the figure out, so it's not there with the rest. And this group of nuns here from 1923 is missing somebody. That's weird. Also, there's this torn piece of paper stuck here. Can't read it very well. It's kind of old and stained, and it's looks like it says Mary Rutherford something or other, something cited. And then this part is like rubbed out or blurred or stained, and just says matters are worse. This seems maybe a part of a report or something.
Lizzie's been flipping through some papers on the desk, and she says there's a report here about the elevators? But, well, somebody put elevator evaluation, no faults in safety mechanism, but then someone else underneath that wrote incorrect, amend your report. So that means there were faults in the safety mechanism? And then there's another diary page, and this one's talking about Miss Claire. Wasn't that nurse who got the award named something Claire?
Yeah, Claire Frank, I think, from 1959.
Maybe. This says, Miss Claire was so nice. The job was so hard for her. So many unexpected... And it cuts off.
Well, the missing nurse from 1961 is around roughly the 1959 time period. Maybe that's Nurse Claire, too.
And she could have been around in 1923.
Well, that one's a nun. Is there any names on the back of the photographs or anything?
There is, but the ones that would coincide with the missing ones have been blacked out.
In 1961, is there a Claire Frank listed?
There is not.
Pass those around so others can look at them and stuff too.
Yep. Dillon will have a look at it. And only there was a way to remove the ink off to see the name.
And Lizzie will shine the light down the hallway that leads to 16?
The light is flickering above the door.
There shouldn't be any power in here, right?
Hasn't been anywhere else. Mark, you're all science-y. How come that?
Don't know. It could be anything at this point.
Old generator that's been left on?
But why would someone have a generator in here?
I suppose the generator would have ran out ages ago.
They kept coming back to refuel it.
Maybe someone's living here.
Nobody would. Right?
Well, it's a good place to hide if you got no worries about ghosts. Like an axe murderer.
Think we need to add axe murderers to whoever is here.
Or a serial thief.
Why would a thief steal cereal?
That was a
That's
good
what I would
question.
like to know.
Dylan lies awake at night wondering, why would a thief
These-
steal cereal?
Survey says
Yeah, we surveyed 100 inmates.
Oh, God. Hmm.
I mean, should we open the door? I mean, it can't really be any worse than any of the other ones, right? But the light makes it kind of weird.
Makes it really weird.
All right, I'll open the door.
Hey.
the light goes out.
Hey.
Within the walls, which are wooden, are buckled. You can see the metal frames are also bent and twisted. The floor is covered in a deep red-coloured viscous fluid, almost like drying blood. A plaque is on the far side of the wall, not in the centre, but to the left, and it is now deeply blackened with tarnish, and it reads, "For the wages of sin is death." You feel a wave of pure rage and then extremely deep sorrow. Give me a equivalent of a will save.
1 success.
I have 1 success as well.
I also have 1 success. Everyone's getting a success.
I got 1 success.
What the
Hey, we all got
freak?
1 success.
The sorrow passes after about 30 seconds, but it does still sort of stay with you as that memory. It definitely wasn't just I sort of feel this thing looking at the room. You felt it as if it was yours. You felt the rage and then the sorrow.
What was that?
Did you feel that?
Place feels so depressing.
Well, yeah, but not just. It's. It was so. It's not fair or right or. And then. I don't know. It's all wrong.
This place is all wrong.
And why those two? It's like from 2 different sources or something.
I don't know. Is that. Do you think that's blood?
Looks it.
Dillon
Yeah.
will kneel down and wipe his finger into the brown viscousy fluid. 1 success. He stands up and takes a deep breath, and you hear him sniff, and he wipes the front of his face. He turns around, and he looks visibly saddened.
What?
I don't know. I, I think something horrible happened here. He looks down at his hand, and he's rubbing this viscousy fluid between his hands, and he wipes it on his jeans.
Yeah, I think it did.
I think maybe more than once. Well, I don't think we need to be in this room any longer.
I guess not.
Marco's gonna have a quick look at the lights in the room.
Okay. They are the old type that hang from the ceiling on a cord.
And they're all off? Is that...
They are all off.
Okay. He's going to reach up and touch them and see if they are hot.
They are not.
I don't think the light was coming from any of these.
I mean, it was over the door, right?
Yeah.
Is that one of those kind of lights that lets you know that the room is in operation?
I guess. Does it look like a operating room, though?
It's hard to know what this room originally was.
I think we only have one other place up here yet that we haven't.
I guess there was a door by the chapel that we didn't open, but... Do we want to go back there?
Yeah, I don't like this room. And Dillon pushes past everyone.
I guess we'd better go look at it.
Well, if you want, you can stay back. Can I borrow your light and I'll check in the room real quick for
No, I'll go.
Zazu?
It's fine. Better than staying here.
Yeah.
Alright, off to the one room that we haven't been to.
The one room.
It is a kitchen, dark and industrial. The metal cover is oily and has grime that has worked its way downwards. In some places on the floor, there is some kind of horrid liquid which is solidified. Several pots and pans are either on the floor or on the stoves and are covered in the same grime. And at the back is a large refrigerator.
A blood too, is it?
Is it dried?
Yes. Solidified.
Well, I'm pretty sure Zazu's not in the...
Unless Mark wants to repeat his amazing luck with opening refrigerators in abandoned buildings.
No. I'm gonna leave that for someone else, thank you.
Wayne will do it.
Within, Wayne sees a dark, decomposing body. Its eyes are wide with no eyelids. Its teeth are misaligned with some missing. And it is dripping.
Slowly backing away, quite horrified. Because he just found a dripping dead body.
Wayne, what's wrong?
He pukes.
What? I don't know
Not
what...
again.
Well, there's nothing in there.
Why
He
is he
frantically
puking for
points
then?
at the fridge.
Dillon will look inside the fridge or
But
freezer.
there's nothing there.
Wayne, there's nothing in there.
There's
Are you
nothing in here,
okay?
dude.
Lizzie's like bending down next to Wayne, trying to see if he's okay.
Well, as he exits the room, he's much better, but not
I-
without a few mental scars.
What's going on?
Did you see something, Wayne?
He nods and looks confused as if none of you guys saw it.
We didn't see anything in there.
He looks confused, but is not going back in the room.
I guess whatever it was pretty bad, huh?
Well, we've looked everywhere up here for Zazu. I don't know where he is.
The last time he threw up was out in the forest.
When he found the hiker.
Yeah.
Why can't we find a recent dead body? Why do they all have to be horribly rotten?
Wayne suddenly speaks and says,
How inconsiderate of them.
How
Yeah.
could they have died more
Yeah.
recently?
Bodies rotting left, right, and center.
More solid and less squishy.
Can't they just breathe for a little bit longer until we actually...
We still haven't found Zazu, and as far as we know, the door's still locked, so I guess that leaves the basement.
But how could the cat get down there?
I don't know, maybe one of the vents leads down there. They could all be connected. Anyway, where's the closest door down?
Well, if we tried the stairs, I think there were some by the lobby. We could try the doors again, just to see if they're open. I'm really sorry you guys came to help me and got trapped in here with me.
It's
Well,
fine.
Better
It's
that we're here than you being alone.
yeah.
I think so, but I'm not sure
Tch.
Wayne would agree.
Well, better us than some random person that's never ended up in the past with dinosaurs, right? We will find Zazu, 'cause
Or we will die trying.
No.
let's just find Zazu. How about that, Dillon?
Okay. I thought I would say that just to boost your confidence.
Oh, okay. Did it help?
I don't know, did it? I suppose you don't want to die trying.
So try the doors at the lobby again and
Yeah?
Front doors are locked, as before.
All right.
I feel kind of bad the TMWs have done this now. We're going to have to try and figure out how to get them in here and lock them up in here for a night.
I don't think you should do that.
Why? They deserve it.
Do they?
It's too bad we don't have a camera. We could take pictures and prove that we were in here.
Do ghosts show up on pictures?
The Amityville, in some of the horror movies, they show up blurry and stuff.
Well, let's try the basement.
Your torch starts to flicker. From the top of the corridor, you can see a face right down low to the ground is looking at you. Its eyes are white, its skin is dark and rotting, its hair is matted and wet and dripping. Long, thin strands are stuck together. Whatever it is looks right at you. Your light flickers again, and it is closer, crawling. You can see its teeth are deformed. Your light flickers, and it is closer. The hospital gown is stained and torn as it crawls, and your light flickers. You can see across the stomach, it is dripping a lot of blood. Your light flickers, and your light comes on. It is standing and looking at you from about an inch in front of your face.
No success!
3 success on 4 dice.
Oh my god. Same. Nothing.
You all feel this just sorrow and hatred coming from this entity as she lets out this scream. Anyone who failed,
Yep.
you take a condition.
Scared it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna take scared.
Your light flickers, and the figure is gone.
Lizzie screams and stumbles backwards.
Lizzie stumbles backwards into Dillon, who is overcome with this scary feeling of this thing screaming at him. And as she knocks into him, he stumbles backwards, goes to turn to run out the door, and face plants the door shut.
Face plants the door shut.
He rocks backwards, stumbling back over Lizzie. He lands back on the floor on his.
Jhillian, seeing that screaming into Lizzie's face starts screaming as well and backpedals as far as she can into a wall or door or whatever's there.
Mark's eyes have gone wide, and he's staring into the place where the creature was. And he's kind of stunned into silence. His mouth is agape.
Wayne will back up into the nearest corner, or just back, just shaking his head because he just went through this.
Where did it go? Where did it go?
What the hell is wrong with your light? Oh,
It's not. It was. I don't know. It was just flashing, and then that thing kept getting closer, and I don't know.
And it was bleeding? And it was crawling?
It was a patient, I think, because she had a hospital gown on, but her stomach was all cut and bleeding, and her hair was all wet, and
I
But-
want to leave.
well, I don't
Get
know
out of
if we
here.
can.
Mark starts hyperventilating.
The door that Dillon smashed
Um,
shut with his face. Has anyone tried opening it since?
Well, Dillon hasn't. He's on the floor, cradling his head, and he's got the bottom of his shirt up.
Lizzie will step back past Dillon and try and open the door.
The back door is locked.
Yeah, I figured. It's Mark, we can't leave. It's locked.
This one's locked too.
I mean, try it if you want. I can't open it.
Oh God. How did this happen?
I don't know.
Ghosts aren't supposed to be like this. This isn't. This is too real. And Jhillian jams her headphones onto her head and ears, pulling them up from her neck, and cranks her music up as loud as she can, and just cups her hands to the earpieces and tries to drown out that screaming she can still hear.
Look, we can't get out that way unless you think you can break the door down. So I guess we have to keep looking and see if we can find another way out.
Someone must be playing a prank on us, right? Like, there's no way this is actually happening.
How could that be a prank? How could
I don't know, Lizzie. I don't know. But there's no way this is real. Because if this is real, then...
who would have the time and the, I guess, money and want to put in the effort just to scare some kids in an abandoned house? It's not a prank.
Mark is going to cover his face with his hands. You crouch down.
Dillon, is your nose still bleeding?
No, I think it stopped.
Okay, that's
He's
good because
leaning
I
his head back and he's pinching the bridge of his nose.
don't have anything that.
I think the
No.
cold down here is helping.
Well, we can't just stay here because the door's not going to open. Oh, I don't know. We've got to go look for
It's gotta-
something.
There's got to be another way around out here. Something?
Yeah. So,
Maybe?
okay. Lizzie's going to walk down the hallway and just start pulling on what's the closest door? I guess 3, because
Three.
that's the
Number
closest
2.
one. Well, it looks like there's 2 doors on 3, and it looks like the one of them on 3 is closer than the one on 2.
On the wall is a silver plaque that says Ward 8, Mental Ward. The room is dark, Light glints from the metal bed frames. The room is cold. The shadows appear to move. There are about 50 beds in neat rows, and each has very rough leather straps.
I mean, she'll take a look around the room just to see if there's any other doors or a random crowbar lying around that they could
Give me a
try.
roll.
Okay.
Give me a roll.
Lizzie picks up a piece of paper and holds it closer to the flashlight so that she can read it. There's part of a letter in here, but that's not really going to help us, is it?
What's it say?
She is not ready to be down here. Will this be a problem? And then it's only a piece of it, so that's all it's got.
I've read about some of the terrible experiments people used to do on mentally ill people in the past. He sees you going around to look for a way out, and he sees that as the best option forward. So I'm sure that kind of thing has happened here. Electric shock therapy, lobotomies.
But the ghost wasn't bleeding from her head. She was bleeding from her stomach.
I didn't even notice.
She had a big cut across her stomach and it was dripping blood. Well, there's not any way out here. So... Well, there were still some more doors, so we'd better just keep checking, because there's gotta be something.
Hmm.
And now she'll pull open door number 3, because she's just fairly determined to find something.
The furniture in here is wood and metal. It looks like it was easy to clean, could be hosed off, and in the center of the room is a drain. 2 of the chairs are very large. They have metal straps. They have like straps and metal connectors. They face each other, and above both is a wooden bucket that looks like it can drip water.
What do you think that is?
I think I've actually read about this too, maybe.
Why?
They slowly drip water, usually on your head.
That doesn't
And just
sound
let it
so
go.
bad.
For days.
That still doesn't sound... Why?
I don't know.
You're into some pretty weird shit, Sue. Reading about torture?
This is the kind of thing that comes up when people talk about weird stuff going on. Like,
Dude, torture though?
I mean, yeah. Have you heard about this weird thing that they
No?
used to do and stuff like that?
Not really. I just generally walk up to a person I don't like and punch them in the face. But reading
I'm
about
not
ways...
saying I do that.
Oh, you just made it sound creepy, like you're researching this shit.
No, not... Well, not exactly. I just read a lot of fantasy, mostly. Sci-fi.
What kind of
Are they
fantasy?
always torturing people in it?
Not always.
Oh. Just most of the time?
No, it's one book I read referenced it.
What was it, like Lord of the Rings or something? I don't know. I don't read that shit. Battlefield Earth, maybe? Ye old L. Ron
Yeah.
Hubbard.
I don't remember. Does it really matter? I'm not even sure if that's what this is.
Oh, I know. You've been reading Stephen King, haven't you?
It's possible.
Okay, well, Mark's reading habits probably aren't going to help us get out of here, unfortunately.
So they tortured kids in here?
I don't know. It wasn't just
Oh.
kids in the hospital.
How far apart are the arms and leg restraints?
They could be modified, like there's some give.
When we were upstairs, there was that whole ward that was the kids' rooms, but then the rest of it wasn't kids' rooms, so it's not like it was just kids here.
Creepy.
Should we just keep checking rooms, or should we check on Jhillian and Wayne? Because I think they're still freaking out.
We left them in the dark.
I guess everyone was just panicking and I didn't know what to do, so I just went and started looking for a way out, and then you followed me.
All right, we better get back to them.
Okay. Lizzie will head back.
Tales from the Loop is produced by Free League Publishing, starring SPG as Wayne, Shadow as Mark, Emily as Lizzie, Raveninsane as Dillon, Ghost as the storyteller, and introducing Kelly as Jhillian. Music and FX by Sirenscape and Epidemic Sounds. This has been a Crit Fail production. Thanks for listening.